All right, today we're going to talk about identifying fractions on a number line, okay? So remember we talked about, first of all, we want to determine how many spaces are between 0 and 1, okay? So that would be step one. We would want to count our spaces, and then once we know how many spaces we have, we know that that's the parts to the puzzle, that's the pieces to the whole. So that's going to be your denominator, okay? And then you would count like you would normally do within fractions, okay? So let's do step one. Determine how many spaces there are on the number line. So I'm going to count the spaces between 0 and 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 spaces. So right now that has to be my denominator, okay? So I'm looking over here at my denominators. I have an 8, a 12, a 10, and a 7. So I'm going to just put these to the side because I'm saying there's 12 spaces. So these look like these are my two best choices at the moment. All right. So I've identified my denominator, and now I want to count like I would normally count. So 1 12th, 2 12ths, 3 12ths, 4 12ths. Okay, so it looks like 4 12ths is my answer. But let me continue to make sure that I get a whole. So this would be 5 12ths, 6 12ths, 7 12ths, 8 12ths, 9 12ths, 10 12ths, 11 12ths, 12 12ths. So that would be the whole. So yes, 4 12ths is this dot on the number line. Okay. So now we are being active learners. So I want you to have a piece of paper or your chalkboard or your whiteboard, so we can log down what your choices are and to see how you do, okay? So slide number 3, it says, what fraction does this number line show? So the first thing that we want to do is we want to count the spaces, remember, between the 0 and the 1, right? So that's going to help us figure out what the denominator is. So 1 space, 2, 3, 4. So this is in fourths, okay? Right? There's 4 pieces to make this whole number line. So I'm looking again at, okay, this is talking eighths right now, and we're talking thirds. So those don't look like they might be good choices. These two look like they would be my best choice, okay? And then I'm going to count like I normally would. So if I think it's fourths, 1/4, that looks like a good answer. 2/4, 3/4, 4/4. Yes, this shows 1/4 on the number line, okay? All right, so here, I want you to try slide number 4. What do you think this green dot shows? What would this fraction be on this number line? So think about how many spaces. That will help you determine the denominator. And then count. So these are your choices. Do you think that this represents 5/8, 3/4, 1/3, or 1/4? So next to 4, number 4, you're going to put one of these fractions. Okay, so you're making a decision, and let's see if you came up with the decision I come up with, okay? So I counted my spots, 1, 2, 3, 4, so it's divided into fourths. This would be 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and then this would be 4/4, the whole, okay? All right, let's go to the next slide, slide 5, okay? I want you to make a choice. What do you think that this dot represents on the number line? So do you think it's a half, 4/6, 1/4, or 3/4? So again, you're counting your spaces. That's helping you with the denominator. Okay, write down which fraction you think it is. And if you put 1/2, you are correct. Okay, because it's divided into 2 pieces. This is 1 right in the middle, 1/2. Okay, slide 6. Okay, so what fraction does this number line show? Okay, so right there. Do you think that this is 7/8? Do you think this is 3/5, 2/8, or 1/2? Okay, so next to number 6, make a choice, right? Think about how many spaces you have here. Okay, so making a choice, and if you put 7/8, you would be correct because I counted 8 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And then we would count like normal. So 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and this would be 8/8. Okay. All right. Let's look at this. Slide 7. All right. What do you think the fraction that belongs right there would be? Okay. So count your spaces. Make a decision. Do you think it would be 7/8, 2/8, 3/5, 3/8, or 1/2? Write your answer on your paper and then see if it matches with what I put down. Okay, so if you count the spaces, you had eighths and then 1/8, 2/8, and this would be 3/8. Okay, so if you put 3/8, you are correct. Okay. All right, here. What fraction does this number line show? So again, your choices are 2/3, 3/4, 1/3, or 1/2. So count your spaces. Make a decision. Next to number 8, what fraction are you going to write? And see if it is the same fraction that I pick. Okay, and I say that this fraction number line represents 1/3 because I counted 1, 2, 3 sections. This would be 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Okay, so 1/3 was the correct answer. Okay, slide number 9. What fraction does this show? Okay, on the number line. So are we at 2/6, 2/4, 5/6, or 2/8? So first step, count your spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Write one of these fractions down, right? So we know that there's 6 sections to make up this whole. Okay. So if you wrote 2/6, you would be correct, right? 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6, and this would be 6/6, the whole. All right, what fraction does this number line show? So we're slide 10. Is it 2/4, 1/3, 2/3, or 3/4? Write a fraction down. There, number 10. See if it's the same fraction. Okay, so 2/3. And I got that because I counted 1, 2, 3 sections. This would be 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Okay, over here, what fraction does this show? Is it 5/8, 3/4, 1/3, or 2/4? On slide 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 sections. 1/4, 2/4. Okay, this would be 3/4 and 4/4. Okay, we're going to stop there. We're going to see how we're doing, answer any questions, and then we will continue from there.